Hey you guys, my name is Tony Tate. I am 27 years old from Chicago, Illinois, and I happen to be Kyla's best friend from grammar school. Um, 4 words to describe Kyla, that's hard because I could think of a million things, but she's very smart, very driven, very motivating, and she has a heart of gold, honestly. Um, when I first found out about Kyla's disability, I was in kindergarten, so that made me about 5 or 6 years old, and that's the time where kids are just like rude. But I noticed that she had crutches and she walked differently and did certain things differently from me, which was kind of weird at first, and I didn't really understand it because I'd never been around somebody who had a disability before. Um, I was definitely afraid that I would probably hurt Kyla, not with words, but more so with like playing with her and interacting with her. Like Kyla was like that porcelain doll that your mom has in that glass china shelf, and she's like, "Don't touch it." That was like easily broken. That's what I always thought, when I was a kid, and yeah, Kyla proved me wrong on that one. um, Her disability never affected our friendship at all. It actually She actually taught me a lot about it. And at 5 years old, to be able to explain your disability and show what it's all about was mind blowing. It still mind blows me today. Um, I've grown up with Kylas for like the last 20 years, and I learned a lot, and she shows me every day that her disability does not determine her life, and that anything that Kyla put her mind to it, she's gonna do it. We had a normal childhood together. We went to movies, we had play dates, we went out to eat, we did a little bit of everything: reading, writing, running around, playing. Almost anything you could think of that a kid would do, me and Kyla did it. did it. um, I thought her limits were a little of everything. Like, I didn't think Kyla could play. I didn't think Kyla could, interact and do the things that we would do, like normal people without a disability. And my mind has changed drastically since that first initial thought. Because, again, like I said, whatever Kyla says she's going to do, she will do it 100% without a question, without a doubt, without any type of second guessing. Um, and it surprised me. It surprised me every time. And I also really didn't think Kyla could run or like walk without her crutches, which was something that she showed me she could do. She can't run good, but she did a little something. I remember those days back in grammar school, and she'll try to chase me around a gymnasium, which shocked me, still shocks me. But I'm very proud of her. And like I said, she's very independent. That's like the best thing I've ever seen. Somebody who has a disability that keeps pushing forward and doesn't let that stop them. Um, I don't think Kyla have no limits. Like I said, I don't think she has no limits. I feel like anything Kyla put her mind to it, Kyla will do it. She will do it without a question, without second guessing. Oh. And honestly, what I thought Kyla would be like when I first met her, I thought very timid, very shy, um, very very something. Honestly, I didn't really expect too much or nothing, but I probably thought like how kids would see other kids in the movies that does have disability. I thought she'd probably be like, don't quote me on this, but I think she was gonna be kind of slow or just mean or something. And no, Kyla is not like that at all. She's very smart, she's very independent, she has a heart of gold. And she shows me that every day. And right now, what I really think of Kyla is like a person who has a struggle but pushes every day so hard and sit here and live a normal life like anybody our age now and even back when we were kids. Again, what Kyla want to do, Kyla's gonna do it. She doesn't have those limits, and it's like she don't let those challenges that she face affect her life. You know, she pushes forward all the time, and I give her so much props and credits on that, because most people would have took a disability like this and let it determine their whole life and not try to make their life better at all. And she just shows me every day how strong of an individual she is. Uh, my views on the disabled, is that when I was younger, I really thought that they wasn't able to do anything that I can do. I felt like they were basically supposed to be in a box on a shelf, you know, where you could look at them all day long and they're not there to do nothing. And again, I was just a kid at that time, but being around Kyla, I've learned more than that. So my views now is that, man, don't limit a person who has a disability. Don't limit them at all. They just want to be normal. They just want to be human. And that's exactly how they live their life, as a normal human. They want to be treated as such. And the world, to me, doesn't give the disabled a chance. They limit the disabled so much. And I feel like that's not right. Like, growing up with Kyla, I've literally learned that don't limit nobody, whether they're disabled or not. Don't limit nobody. Everybody has a potential that is for greatness, and if they want to do something, they're going to do it. They're determined. And as far as me understanding her disability, I know that Kyla has spina bifida. I know it affects the spinal cord, and if I'm not mistaken, please don't quote me or at me, but it's where your spine is twisted or contorted during birth or whatnot. I understand that it affects certain mobility. I know it affects your walking as well as like doing certain activities. It's been so long since Kylie explained this to me again. We was like 5 years old, but it doesn't. My understanding is that it doesn't stop a person who has spina bifida. It doesn't stop a person who have any other type of illnesses or disabilities. Like I said, if Kyla wants to do it, she's gonna do it. But I've learned a lot over the last 20 years of being with Kyla and knowing Kyla. And I've seen her make some really great accomplishments. I done seen her do a lot of things that a lot of people said that she couldn't. And she does it. So yeah, so anybody that has a disability, I will honestly say give them a chance. Because their goal is to strive for the best, you know. And that being said, I love you, Kyla. You have been a blessing in my life, and girl, you rocking. So with that being said,